And of course, President Trump campaigned on the economy. I want to bring in two voters from battleground states who were undecided when we spoke to them before Election Day. Mary Lofton-Soley from Georgia and Lynne Kelleher from Pennsylvania. Ladies, good morning. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Good morning.
First, I want to ask if you're comfortable sharing. Last time we talked to you, you were undecided. Who did you end up voting for? Mary, I'll ask you first.
Oh, I voted for Trump.
Okay. And Lynne, what about you?
I made a game day decision and ended up voting for Harris.
Okay, so Mary, NewsNation Decision Desk HQ, we heard that report from Brooke Schaefer. I want to ask you about the polling. It shows 59% of Americans believe the country is on the wrong track. We're 100 days in. How do you see it?
Well, I'm giving him grace for this first 100 days for him to try to implement his agenda. It hasn't affected me at all. Gas is cheaper, at least in Georgia, coming down every month. So I feel less pain at the gas pump.
Well, that's good news.
At the grocery store, I'm not really feeling any uptick in the rise of cost there at all.
Okay, and Lynne, our polling finds more Americans say President Trump is doing better than expected on immigration. How concerned were you about border security versus the economy, foreign policy, and other issues?
Hey, immigration was one of the top three, and those were probably it. Immigration, the economy. I was concerned about our place on the world stage. So, for me, it's not so much the agenda; it's the way he's going about it. You got to control the border. Certainly. It's just he doesn't have to be quite so vindictive about it. It's a lot of it's not the agenda; it's the methodology that I'm really having some issues with.
Yeah, I think polling is showing that as well. Mary, before the election, you said you were worried about going to war and, of course, the economy, like so many Americans. President Trump defending his tariffs. He was in a rally in Michigan last night. Here's a little bit of what he said.
They're coming from all over the world to see you, President. They want to make a deal. They want to make a deal. And, we'll make deals, but we don't have to.
Mary, you said you haven't noticed an uptick in prices just yet, but do you believe the economy is improving, at least compared to when President Biden was in office 4 months ago?
Yes, and I do not want to regress to the last 4 years. And as far as immigration is concerned, I will say that we have terrorists, we have gang members, we have rapists in this country by the millions because they penetrated our borders for 4 years. They did not go through due process to come here, and they don't need to go through due process to leave. I'm just sitting back hoping that we don't have another 9/11 because we don't know who's here.
Lynne,
So
yes, I'm sorry.
I have no problems in how he's handling immigration.
Lynne, you mentioned before that you voted for Harris. Democrats are struggling right now. Some of them are grappling with the fact, like, should we be more center, just center? I'm not going to say center right or center left. What do you want to see from Democrats to get your vote next time?
I don't know that, look, the only way that Democrats get my vote next time is if Trump implodes. I'm a lifelong Republican. The only reason I voted Democrat was because Donald Trump concerns me. Not as in his agenda, the man concerns me. That's the only reason the Democrats got my vote. And I think they're in disarray, and I think he has a deliberate method to keep them on their toes and keep them running all over from like ping pong balls.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.